You know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Marco. Who do you have?
This week on Boy Party, Shane and I are joined by Kevin McGahern to discuss maybe the most iconic boy party of all time, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in Heat. Hello and welcome to Boy Party, the podcast about movies where two major stars share the screen and in truly iconic fashion battle it out for top billing, the most screen time, and the fattest paycheck. My name is Lucian Wadley, and this week I am joined, as always, by the man I'm locked in a years-long battle of wits with. I'm a cop, he's a criminal. But we realize, ultimately, that no two people in the entire planet are more alike. It's Shane Kelly. And we're delighted to be joined this week by actor, writer, comedian, and currently host of the Traitors Uncloaked. Kevin McGahern is on the show.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we?
Kevin, I have to ask you, very, very obvious first question. How would Vincent Hanna and Macaulay fare on the Traitors?
I think they both do very, very well. I think Neil, though, is he's not much crack. Like, he is not much crack.
He'd keep to himself.
He would keep to himself. He would blend into the background. You know, if
he might end up winning, he'd win the whole thing just by kind of being very mysterious, and nobody would ever think too much about him. Or
yeah, I mean, there is a tactic. There is. I think Hannah would be too bombastic and sneaking off to the jacks to do bumps. And I think those characters tend to get killed off pretty quickly. So he might, Neil could have the right technique of just kind of going under the radar.
Yeah,
just somebody's dad.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they should really up their quote on the US celebrity version to try and get Pacino and De Niro on there, even if they're on different seasons. But they'd be very integral to that show becoming truly amazing.
I would like to see it. They're very slowed down now at this stage. Like
they could do a septuagenarians only edition of it,
Yeah, I think you need somebody like Gary Busey.
Okay,
so much like just a real a monkey in the works. Gary Busey's absolutely insane. I think you need somebody like that. I think De Niro tends to be very boring when he's not pretending to be interesting characters.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's boring, and then I guess the interesting stuff he comes out with, even vaguely, seems to just be kind of Trump rhetoric that he's
but I mean, is there anything more boring than saying that guy Trump's an absolute moron?
Yeah, the thing I liked 10 years ago when he started out on it, I liked that he was calling him a bozo a lot, because I established that the most emasculating thing you can be called is Robert De Niro calling you a bozo, and you would just have to hand in your notice at that exact moment.
Kind of doesn't cut it anymore as a
bozo. We've gone way past bozo point. Like, if you say bozo now, they'd be like, you're not speaking in strong enough terms. But De Niro's doing his thing.
We've passed peak bozo clearly.
Yeah. Well, you have a long and very storied relationship with the movie Heat. I know that you did introduce this film at the Bigger Picture in the IFI, which similarly Peter McGahern had done with the Roaring Twenties, which we spoke to him about recently, and I've heard very good things about your Heat intro.
Oh my god, it was terrible. I think I'm hoping you haven't spoke to anyone, because I remember just like going, what the fuck am I talking about here? And when you watch somebody introduce a film like Joan Kenny or even Peter McGahern, and they speak so well and they speak so eloquently about why the film is so good, and you're like, I think I'd be great at that. I think I've got those skills. And then you get up there and you just go, oh man, fucking Heat is class.
But is that not exactly what Heat? That's what Heat needs. Heat is class. Yeah, it's a boys being dudes movie.
It's Michael Mann making movies about men.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Thing to say.
It would be silly to say anything that it attempts to be more profound than just.
Yeah, it's kind of the definitive. It's class.
It's the most class movie ever.
I really want it to be profound and come across intelligent.
Well, today is your lucky day.
That's not going to happen now. Just because I've got more time does not mean it's going to be any better.
You're just going to stretch the Heat is class out over an hour to come up with as many
dissected.
Yeah, pretty much.
What I was about to reference is, of course, you're phenomenal, as you sent to me the other day, and I was not aware of it, 60-second. It was submission to Empire Magazine's Done in 60 Seconds competition, which I remember from the time. I was only about 14. I was reading about it and I was like, damn, I wish I had friends with cameras and we could make one of these. But you went and made one. This was 2010. So where is this in your career?
Oh, it would have been, like I would have been on the Joel, just starting comedy, living with my friends Porrick and Aidan. My friend Porrick is now a director who shot it. We were video fanatics. We didn't have the internet. If you can imagine, I know, like talking to people slightly younger than me, that sounds like we didn't have running water and our toilet was outside in a wooden phone box. So we didn't have the internet, so we pretty much were very dependent on VHS. So we'd go to charity shops and we'd buy videos and we'd discover some amazing stuff. Like Porrick had a great eye for discovering like just mad films that would not have made it to DVD for good reason. You know, like films like Robot Jocks,
I can't say
or
I'm familiar.
Chud 2, Bud of the Chud. Just weird action, weird kung fu, weird horror films. Um, so that's what we had. At one point, we had like about 700 tapes, just all taking up the entire wall of the apartment. It looked amazing.
Jesus.
Lads
Yeah.
thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Girls hated coming to our apartment. I remember a girl described my oven. She said it looks like you carried it like on top of your car. Like it
Right.
was just speckled with just mess. I never really thought, I never got the point of cleaning ovens.
I thought you were going to say your oven
But
was full
so
of
Porrick,
videotapes.
no, it did look like something from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
So Porrick, I think we obviously always read Empire, heard about this, and we decided we'd submit a film. And we were so obsessed with heat, we kind of thought like this would get heat out of our system. Like if we just watch heat so much and make heat into 60 seconds, we just stop thinking about heat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we yeah, porked it up the script and we found this guy to be he was an actor, but he was very, very eccentric. The guy who played De Niro because he kind of looked like De Niro.
Yeah, he
But
does.
he was quite an eccentric dude. I remember like he's a long film. He's nearly 3 hours. So it was hard to, push it into it's very bare bones of 60, 55 seconds really. And this guy insisted at the end of the shoot, he was like, sorry, do you mind if I just do a little bit of improv? And we were like young and like really inexperienced. We didn't like know to say no, fuck off yet. So we were like, yeah, yeah, go ahead. Like we'll run the camera. And he did like a 10-minute monologue in the character of Neil McCauley. And I was just like, tell you something, when you hear that heat, see when you feel that heat rather coming around the corner, you get out of the kitchen. You just thing about crime is you just can't have any bags or attachments. You can't even have a car. No, well, you should have a car. And he rambled. He rambled like a Dublin Neil McCauley for about 10 minutes. And we were like, I don't know if that's going to make it in, man. Like it's a 60-second film. But we went to the airport to get like the final shots,
Yeah. So
and Porrick
you
wanted it.
trespassed at Dublin Airport to get that.
We trespassed the Dublin airport. Like Porrick
Brilliant.
wanted the shot of like where Vincent Hanna spins around and the plane goes over his head. And then of course we wanted to get the final hand holding shot. And we were filming I think we were filming like the shootout bit where I finally shoot Neil and fucking two cop cars pull up, airport cops. And I had the gun in my hand and
Oh Jesus.
I could hear them just going like, what are you at over there? And I had the gun in my hand, and in a completely fluid movement, I turned around and I stuck it down the back of my pants, and I walked towards them with my hands out, like, "What's going on, lads?" And in that moment, I was Neil McCauley.
Yeah.
Like I was ice cold, in charge. Like if he'd seen a gun, I don't know, he might have shot me. But for that exact moment, I felt
Yeah.
like the coolest fucking dude in the world. And we just told them like they were like, yeah, we've reports as people with guns. And we're like, no, it's probably the camera. It's probably the camera. We're students making a student film. So they told us to leave the airport, but we had one last shot to get, so we just moved to a different area. But yeah, we were very proud of that. We were beaten by Foyle Arms and Hogg, who did The Departed. What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? I
What are you gonna do?
think being killed in the midst of making a 60-second Heat remake would be the single stupidest reason for anyone to have a gun death in Ireland ever.
Yeah,
You'd be
yeah.
in
There's
the
not too many,
newspapers.
but I've like if Michael Mann sent my mother flowers,
It would be worth
all be
it.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is, to some extent, kind of the movie that best sums up the premise of our podcast, because it is kind of the ultimate case of two major stars that everyone was waiting to work together for years, sharing the screen, and it opens up all these questions of like, who is the bigger deal? Who wins the movie? Which character is the lead? All of the things we love talking about on the show. For you, is there a definitive star of Heat, or is it all in the sauce of the two of them together?
No, it's all in the sauce. Like in the same way as like when you're watching Heat, it's one of those rare films where you're rooting for the goodie and the baddie. You kind of you want both of them to win, and you know you can't. But it's still in some way satisfying. And it's kind of the same way with the two actors. You're like they're both doing very different things. Uh, and they're both so fucking good. I don't think I could pick one better than the other. I mean, Vincent Hanna has this. I think it was a deleted scene that he was like bumping coke. He has coke energy, and Al Pacino brings cocaine energy to every performance, to the point where he's throwing actors off.
Yeah.
Like there's two scenes in particular. There's the one with the dog fighting guy where he goes, "Where were you? Where were you last night?" And he's like, "Did you fall in love?" And the actor's like, "What the fuck is this lad on about?"
Is this
And
the
he
one
goes,
where
"Go
he
on.
starts going, by the time you
By
get
the
to
time I
Phoenix?
get
Yeah.
to Phoenix,
It's incredible.
she'll be rising." And the other actor is like, I've lost my page. I have no fucking idea." And then the other scene, of course, is because she's got a great ass, and you got your head
Yes.
all the way up it. And Hank Azaria just goes like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like Hank Azaria had never been in a scene with any kind of actor like that. And
Hank
the
Azaria's
best
used
thing,
to fucking doing most
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
fucking doing Simpsons voices.
What makes
Where there's
the
no
great
improv.
what makes the great ass line so good, which is long acknowledged, is that his mouth is about to say big, and then he changes at the last millisecond to say great. He's going but, and then he goes grr. It's so interesting.
Great. That is, yeah, I forgot about that.
It's like watching a man be puppeted by his own interesting instincts. It's crazy. There's a disconnect there.
There is, yeah, and it's a lovely thing to watch an actor do, to watch them change their mind mid-sentence. I remember there's a bit in The Irishman where Pacino's giving out to the room full of lads, and it's like he kind of forgets his lines. Do you know the scene I'm talking about? He's fucking roaring
sure.
at the boys, and it's the one where De Niro is like, "Fuck, I'm not listening to this cunt." And he fucking leaves, and he chases after him. But Pacino's in the room, and he's like, "Da la da da da." And he like pauses, and then he goes back into the sentence again, and like it's incredibly natural because we do that. We do that all the time, if you lose your train of thought and you have to get back on the track. But yeah, he is this Pacino has this incredible like coke energy, and then De Niro is just like an ice cold fucking. He's like a crocodile in this film.
Yeah,
But they have kind of similarities. Like at the, I know I'm kind of jumping around here.
that's fine.
I was listening to the Michael Mann's director's commentary, and the famous scene at the cafe, at the coffee house. They're both fucking their eyes are constantly looking around the room before coming back to each other. Like they're constantly scanning the crowd, scanning the room, looking for, I don't know, threats but then they're always coming back to each other. It's essentially a romantic movie.
Yeah, I was
very
thinking,
much so, yeah.
watching that scene, I was looking at the background actors, and I was thinking, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the world who, given a time machine, would choose to go back and be a background actor in the Heat diner scene. Like, if there was ever a movie scene you wanted to just be sitting, listening, pretending to have a conversation, moving your mouth, that's the one. Like, imagine being in the room for that. If you were any kind of cinephile, it would be extraordinary.
Just going rhubarb.
Yeah, trying to listen while also pretending doing.
I'd love to just get punched by De Niro.
And called Bozo.
I call it Bozo.
Just go to show up to Tribeca, say something defending Trump in front of him. He'll punch you, no problem. I feel like that's easily arranged. He's not exactly a.
He probably has to hire a guy to stop him punching people.
Yeah, exactly.
De
Niro has a team of 7 guys. Like.
Remember that time you had to learn saxophone for that terrible film? That was a waste of saxophone lessons. And then he just, hey, get up, get that bozo off.
Yeah, exactly.
I would be terrified of him.
Yeah, no, I would be. I'd be more terrified. Pacino at this point seems a little physically incapable of hitting a person, maybe.
Yeah, he does look like he's melting. He looks like the king, the king in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Before he gets freed. Yeah, he does look a bit like that.
Before he gets yeah.
But his whatever state he's in, it gave the world his beautiful "and my eyes see Oppenheimer," which is like a great Oscars moment, and only really came about because he was meant to co-present that award with Michelle Pfeiffer as a Scarface reunion. And
of course.
Frankie and Johnny reunion as well. And then she got sick that day, couldn't go. He shows up on his own and is like instantly thrown off, obviously, because the rehearsal had been with Michelle.
Again, it's probably another line he changed halfway through saying
exactly, right? Like he was going to say, "This got a beautiful outcome," and then he's like, "Oh, I don't know." Someone whose brain is constantly like 2 seconds ahead of his mouth. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, he does. He has this wonderful thing of like he doesn't look like he's thinking about what he's saying, and that's incredibly entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he's the most watchable screen presence in history, arguably.
But when did you guys see Heat?
So I saw it on TV. My dad's a big film person, but he's not a Michael Mann fan. So he was always kind of like, because he's 65, and like Michael Mann, I think by the time became a big thing, my dad was already like too cool for that. So he was like, "Oh, the French love this film. We can watch some of it." And I was like, "The French love this. All right." We watched about an hour of it on TV when I was about 14, and then the Natalie Portman suicide attempt really freaked me out, and I was like, "I'm turning this off. I don't want to watch this." And then I didn't really come back to it for a number of years. And then I think the other day was the only time I've ever watched it like start to finish, because to me it's such a flick on Film 4 or whatever.
You miss the first 10 minutes. You stay.
I feel like RTE will show it after the late sometimes in that weird 11:30 Friday night slot.
See, it's such a long film that it didn't get that much TV time, unless maybe Film 4 or something like that,
or very late at night. Yeah, but when did you see it?
Very similar, probably 8-9 years ago. Caught 3/4 of it and then kind of just absorbed the rest of it through the internet.
Through memes.
Pretty much. Like, and then sitting down watching a movie there a couple of days ago was kind of the first time start to finish. And you know what? Unlike a lot of other things, you don't fully sit down and watch start to finish. I felt like I had seen it all.
Yeah,
there wasn't a whole lot in it that I'm like, oh, I've never seen this scene before. Like,
and the bits the bits we didn't recognize as much, I guess we still recognized what they've been ripped off by, and especially like the number one movie that rips this off that everyone has seen is obviously The Dark Knight, where you're like, oh my god, the dynamic in this between the two guys is completely kind of copied there, as well as a number of the scenes, a lot of the sound design. There's other movies in the last couple of years that I think
opening
go ahead
of Dark Knight is very like probably seen in Heat. The guy in the bank manager,
William Fichtner,
the mob boss, is played by the same guy who plays Van Zandt. Yeah, and I never thought of, I suppose, the dynamic of the two of them, of these two characters, Batman and the Joker, kind of couldn't exist without each other. And like Neil, the great thing about the dynamic between Neil and Vincent in Heat is they're obviously incredibly similar, but they're kind of the only two guys in the world who think the same. who feel the same. So they're both incredibly lonely. It's why it's such a tragic ending, because Vincent is now alone. You know, he doesn't have, you know, Batman loses the Joker, and what the fuck has he got to live for, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Michael Mann films in general. I think he's an incredibly meticulous director. Like his films have so much detail and such real life detail. And when you listen to him on the audio commentary, when he talks about police procedure or director or detective procedures, he sounds like an actual cop. Like he doesn't sound like a wanker director who spent one night, you know, in the back of a patrol car and now he talks like he knows the shit. Like he really does seem to know what he's talking about.
I guess if Scorsese is kind of a priest who became a director by accident, Michael Mann is maybe a detective who became a director by accident.
Yeah, I think I could definitely agree with that statement.
So
yeah.
what are your top 3 Mann films?
I love The Insider.
Yeah, so do I.
I think Insider could be quite high.
I would
Like,
rank Manhunter very high.
Yeah. I think Manhunter
incredible.
was probably his first film I saw of his. That would have been on TV a lot when I was a kid.
So what age were you when Heat came out?
When
Roughly.
Heat came out, I would have been like, is it 95?
95, yeah.
So I would have been 9. You know,
Oh, wow,
I would have been
okay.
too young. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you didn't see it in cinemas. Okay.
No, I would have seen Manhunter because I liked Silence of the Lambs as a kid. So when I heard that there's a Hannibal Lecter film on telly, I was like, yeah, I'll be watching that. I like Manhunter. Insider I really love. And Collateral.
Yeah.
I think have I got a huge blind spot for
I don't think so. I think that's kind of the top tier. I mean, the other ones
Last
are
Mohicans I really like as well, yeah.
Thief is obviously really good.
Thief I really enjoy. Thief is a really Thief is a mad.
Thief's kind of like a music video with a plot.
Yeah, he does. He does. I suppose like his time. I haven't seen much of his Miami Vice work. I've watched a couple of episodes, but yeah, his combination of music and what he shows on screen, it's pure fucking 80s, like, you know. But I loved when I was researching it. The IRA has a connection to Heat.
Oh, interesting.
So Andy McNabb trained the actors in, you know, how to shoot, how to load, how to work around basically urban warfare, and a lot of it came from Northern Ireland, where you know the Brits were obviously fighting. You know, IRA provos who would ambush them, you know, and in an urban setting. And he said that, you know, there's a bit where Neil starts shooting through the windscreen. He's sitting in the passenger seat and he starts shooting through the windscreen. I don't think I'd ever seen that in a movie, but Michael Mann said that came from a scene in Northern Ireland where the IRA ambushed some British soldiers and they started shooting through the windscreen because they just had no time to think or really do anything else.
Interesting.
So I always think about the IRA.
Yeah, fair. It does have that tactile street level violence that really gets into you, and kind of like, obviously the sound in this film is so famous, and people always say you have to see it on a big screen because you need to hear how loud the gunfire is.
That's it. Like, how many times, you know, when you watch action movies and there's guns going off. Like, have you ever shot a big gun?
No, I have no desire to.
I was in the States, so I did that thing where you go to like a shooting range and you try out different size guns. Shot the Dirty Harry gun. That was cool.
Wow. Very good.
I think I prefer that. A shotgun was like a donkey kicking you in the shoulder. And like those big machine guns, like those AR-15s. What struck me was like after 15 seconds, you were like, I am done with that. I am done with this exploding pipe beside my head. There's no way I'd like to do this for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And in movies, you have like action stars just kind of firing off guns, and it never seems that loud or that scary. But in Heat, it feels very real, and
Yeah, it's
the
not.
sound is like,
It's not sexy at all.
No,
like
it's
you
like
never
a work tool. It's like using some
No,
sort
it's
of
dreadful.
massive,
Like you want it to stop.
wood carving tool that's driving you insane. Yeah. Sawmill.
yeah, it's the sound reverberating off the skyscrapers
Yeah.
that just it echoes. You get a real sense of scale from
And
the sound of those
did he
bullets.
put microphones all around the street where they were filming it in like different secret spots to get this insane 360 ambient sense of the gunshots? I think that's what I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah. Like it just simply wasn't. A lot of the time, it's sort of added in post. But it's. I think it was kind of recorded live. Like even the bullet holes in the vans, the vehicles, they took the vehicles out to the desert and just shot holes into them, and then just used squibs to sort of remove them. Like his level of detail is fucking ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a Reservoir Dogs connection to it as well. So you know John Voight. John Voight plays the kind of fence and the fixer for Neil for De Niro's character. He's based on Eddie Bunker. Eddie Bunker was a criminal, LA, I think he was an LA based criminal. He wrote a great book called No Beast So Fierce. And it's like a beautiful book about ex-con trying to get his life back and then kind of slipping back into crime as well. It was made into a film with Dustin Hoffman called Straight Time. But Eddie Bunker went on to have small acting roles. He played Mr. Blue in Reservoir Dogs. So like John Voight looks like fucking Mr. Blue. He's got like this greasy tash and this greasy long hair.
Disgusting in
It
this.
looks dreadful. Yeah.
He looks like me in 30 years if I really let myself go. It's awful.
Yeah, he hasn't changed his outfit in like 20 years.
No.
20 fucking, it's 1995 and he's still dressing like he's coming out of the Coca Cabana, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like another Manhunter alumni. The guy, the murderer, Dollarhide from Manhunter.
Yes.
He plays, what the fuck is his name? He was the other sort of fixer up, the guy who shows Neil the how to get into the banks, how to shut off.
Tom Noonan is the
Tom
actor.
Noonan, that's
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what his character in Heat's called.
And
It's,
I can't remember.
Kelso.
Yeah, that's it. Um,
Oh, there's a bunch of guys. There's also you've got what's Tom
Sizemore.
Tom
Sizemore.
Sizemore, Kilmer. Kilmer's interesting in this. His name is on the poster, like below the two big faces, and it's kind of like he was a huge leading man at this point. He was Batman the same year, I think, in Batman Forever.
So this would have been around. So was Batman around that time?
I think Batman Forever is like
this would
6
have
months
like
before
the
this.
Doors.
Yeah, that's
So
the
he
same
did
time
he
as
did
well.
the Doors just before Heat because you can see there's a scene where he wakes up in Neil's apartment and he's like lying on the floor and he has a fucking golf ball sized fucking wound on his elbow.
Jesus. Okay.
And it was from filming he did like a crowd surfing or stage dive scene in The Doors and just landed on his elbow and it blew up the size
Oh
of a
wow.
fucking Terry's chocolate orange. But yeah, some great cast.
The women
a lot
as
of
well.
just-
Amy Brenneman and Ashley Judd and obviously young Natalie Portman in her second film ever, I think.
Yeah, she's phenomenally good as this kind of a surrogate stepdaughter to Hannah. The mother clearly is battling depression because her husband is out all night fucking chasing lads.
Chasing his boyfriend around.
Chasing
Like,
the boyfriend, yeah.
Chasing his boyfriend around. But yeah, Natalie Portman's real as this like child on edge who's you just notice there's something wrong with her straight away, but it's not that obvious, you know. Edie, what was the actress who played Edie?
Is that Brenneman or
God
Ashley
damn.
Judd?
Brenneman, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. We're
So
big fans
I
of hers
remember
on The
reading
Leftovers.
before. Uh, I remember reading before that she was brought in and she fucking hated the script. And Michael Mann was like, "Why? What's wrong with my lovely script about men?" And she's like, "I just think these are like awful, awful people, and this seems like a nasty movie." And he's like, "That's exactly why you have to be in this movie because you are so separate. Your world is so separate, and you're this like illustrator, this graphic designer who's got just a completely
She's a
different
window into the
species."
a window into the other version of LA that exists right around the corner from what these guys are up to.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Another choice that Neil could have made. Um,
I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on the origins of this film because, like another great LA movie, Mulholland Drive, it is born of a failed TV pilot, LA Takedown.
yes,
And I haven't
LA
seen this.
Takedown.
Have you seen it? Do you have any thoughts on it?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of remember flicking. I think it's on YouTube. I remember just kind of flicking through it. Um,
I think the diner scene is in it and it's almost the same.
yeah, I think there is a lot of it. Um, a lot of it's the same. I think even like the ending with like hunting down Waingro. Um, it's kind of an amazing thing. It's rare to see. Usually, I don't know if he would consider it a failure. It wasn't a success. I don't think it was a big success. But it's rare to see an artist just pick up something that they once threw away and go, I'm gonna fucking have another go at this. Most people they just move on or forget about things. But yeah, he took this thing he worked on and just made it into an absolute diamond, like,
It's incredible. It's a testament to never abandoning your good ideas when they don't work the first
Yeah,
time.
exactly, yeah.
I was thinking a lot about how Pacino and De Niro have worked together these kind of 4 separate times. And I think every time they've been in a movie together, it has been a demarcation of how Hollywood has changed over the last 50 years. You have Godfather 2 at the peak of 70s, new Hollywood, auteur, incredible, Coppola being allowed to do whatever he wants. Then you cut forward 20 odd years and you have Heat, which is real like 1990s, new, interesting kind of generation of filmmakers coming up. And then in 2008, you have Righteous Kill, which is like the
Yeah.
birth of the slop red box action movie. It is like a Millennium Films release. It is an anonymous director. I assume it's shot in like Serbia or something. And it is a real template for the type of shit that like Nicolas Cage and Bruce Willis and John Cusack have been making ever since. And then in 2019, with The Irishman, not only do you have Pacino's first collaboration with Scorsese, which is crazy, but you have the Netflix, $300 million budget, do whatever the fuck you want, great legendary director in your 80s thing. So you have like 4 generations of Hollywood, men movie represented in the 4 times these guys have worked together, which is so interesting.
That's really interesting. I never thought about that. I remember going to see Righteous Kill. Me and Porrick went to see it in the cinema, and I can't describe like the level of disappointment.
It's
that we
extraordinary
had.
to follow The Godfather 2 and Heat with that shit. Like,
But you're so right. It is, if you took all of those 4 films, it would be a great way to explain to somebody what each decade of cinema was like.
yeah.
If you just wanted some prime examples, like even like the Netflix thing is like, is this a good or a bad thing? It's like it's kind of a bloated movie. It's like
Yeah.
it's too much
Yeah.
of a good thing. This meal is too fucking big to
And
consume.
most people didn't get to see it on a cinema screen as well, which is the problem. It had limited release, but like it was probably easier in Dublin to see it than it was in the US. Like most people watched
Yeah.
that film at Christmas on Netflix and fell asleep for an hour.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of buying prestige for your brand rather than caring what the output of the film is.
Yeah,
really. It's just,
yeah.
we got Scorsese to do a film for us. We're
And
Netflix.
obviously, The Irishman is Peter McGahan's favorite film of all time. It's very important to a lot of people, and it is.
Yeah.
It does have amazing stuff in it, but I agree
I've
with
watched
you.
it
It is
multiple
bloated.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, it is bloated, and its release strategy alone represents a shift towards a kind of a cynical, we'll just pay for the biggest names to work together rather than focusing on developing this thing anymore.
Now, what if it was told in 3 episodes of a mini series?
I'm very anti-TV.
Yeah.
It would be tough now. Like if you tried to turn Heat into a TV series, I'd be very against it as well. I think a 3-hour film is a magnificent thing. The problem with The Irishman is that it is a 3-hour and 40-minute film, and that's where the threshold is crossed for me into being annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when editing is required.
Yeah, I mean, I think Woodstock. I think Woodstock was a 2 or 3 day event, whereas the March of the Juggalos is 5 days.
It's too many days. Too many juggalos.
Insane Clown Posse have a 5 day concert. That could do with some editing.
Yeah, no one can stay insane. No one can stay insane for that many days.
No one can stay insane that long. No,
not at all.
You're right. You're going to have moments of sanity.
Yeah,
definitely one normal day out of the 5.
Yeah, there's one normal day. There's normal Clown Posse on the Saturday. Take it.
The Dave Matthews Band is going to play on Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. And then on Friday they dump their shit all over the audience like they did with their famous bus. Do
you have favorite lines from Heat?
I don't know. The obvious ones, to be honest. I don't think I've seen it enough times to have found niche lines. Do you have anything that you stuck with?
No, again, kind of was just looking out for the main ones.
I've only seen
it. It's a rewatch thing where you
two and a
start
half
picking up
times.
the
Like
ones where you're like,
you've probably got some more unusual ones.
I have moments. I suppose, yeah, like when you watch something the first couple of times, it's the big lines, the great arse.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the more times you watch it, it's the little moments that you like best.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about that thing Pacino does where it looks like he fools us into thinking he's just thinking of the dialogue. There's he comes back and his girlfriend has cooked dinner for him and she's been waiting and she's probably been waiting like a bottle of wine length of time and she's angry and he just goes, I got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk off Venice Boulevard. I'm sorry that the goddamn chicken got overcooked.
Yeah.
It's like he forgets, or he just couldn't be arsed with the end of the sentence.
Yes. I love the moment where Pacino takes the TV that his wife's new gentleman friend is watching.
Ralph. By the way, that poor fucking guy. That guy is in 2 huge movies in the mid-90s, and he's both playing absolutely pathetic dickhead men.
Oh no.
He's playing like the stepdad, John Connor's stepdad in Terminator 2.
Oh right.
Where
that's
like
the
he's
guy.
just
Okay.
he's just drinking beer like Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife is like, go out and fucking tell John to tidy his room.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out and goes, hey John, come on, blah, blah, blah. And John just basically tells him to fuck off. He drives off on a motorbike, and then he gets killed by the T-1000 through a carton of milk.
Oh.
And then in this film he plays Ralph, where he's getting awful abuse. He's sleeping with Pacino's girlfriend, and his girlfriend in front of him, Al Pacino rips the piss out of him, and then his girlfriend says like, it's your fault that I have to demean myself with Ralph just to get us closure. And I was just like, Ralph is right
he's
there.
right there.
Like he's right fucking there. But yeah, there's a line he does in that argument where she said, look, the reason I'm sleeping with Ralph is because you're not here. This is your fault that I'm sleeping with him. And Pacino goes, oh yeah, that's right. I made you sleep with Ralph because it makes me feel good. And Michael Mann said he couldn't stop laughing during this whole scene with Al Pacino. You can ball my wife in her ex-husband's post-dead tech bullshit house, but you cannot watch my motherfucking television.
Yeah, the relationship with the television is
so
incredible. Yeah. So I wanted to touch upon some.
It's his only possession.
Yes, exactly.
This man has no possessions.
Yeah.
He has no ties to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so like Neil. The only thing he fucking owns is a shitty little telly.
It's probably the only thing that can get his mind off his job.
Yeah, exactly. He's got work and TV. That's it.
He's not distracted by his wife anymore. He's just like, the TV is the only thing that gets me to switch off a little bit.
What would he be watching in 95? Seinfeld. It's like, oh, I like that Jerry Seinfeld guy.
Yeah.
Kramer, he just comes in the door.
I think maybe,
What would he...
I don't know,
willing,
watching Simpsons season
Grace
6.
on the Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Friends.
Really turned around to Conan O'Brien. Funny guy.
Yeah. 1995 is like a great time in American TV.
Yeah.
Who's on SNL in 1995?
So
that's what I want to know.
Norm
Chris
Macdonald
Kattan.
territory.
Chris Kattan, Tim Meadows, Farley, Spade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
It's not
bunch.
bad one. Sandler.
Sandler's still on 95, yeah.
Did you ever see Pacino in that Sandler movie?
Yeah. So
Oh,
we're
yes.
gonna we were gonna get to that in a minute, but we'll talk about it now.
Okay.
We did an Adam Sandler dedicated podcast for 3 years. And when we got to that movie, we
Whoa.
were very yeah. It's
You did all Sandler 3 years.
No, Sandler and Ben Stiller alternating.
Alternating episodes.
Wow.
What did we get up to? We got up to...
We did about 45.
We hit 50, I thought, no?
50 movies maybe.
Yeah, and
give
we
and take.
called it so.
And when the new ones come out now, we
I
follow
respect
up.
that.
But we did Jack and Jill, and we were very high on it. We think it's very funny. And I think Pacino is incredibly locked in that movie. Like, it helps that he's playing Al Pacino, but like they give him so much stuff taking the piss out of himself. He's got this Dunkachino thing where his character is doing a Dunkin' Donuts tie-in. It starts off with him in a production of Man of La Mancha on Broadway where he screams at a woman in the audience for going on her phone. And he ends up in like a romantic relationship with Adam Sandler as Jill, the Adam Sandler in drag.
Yes.
And the best joke in the movie is when Jill like accidentally breaks his Oscar and it falls off a cabinet. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sure it's fine. You must have many others." And Pacino just goes, "You would think." So I think he's fantastic in Jack and Jill, and I think that's quite a funny film. Have you
Yeah,
seen
because
it?
that's kind of known as like the worst Adam Sandler trash.
but by no
like,
means.
No,
like-
not at all. There's a lot worse.
I think, did Adam Sandler have to turn down Inglourious Bastards because he was doing Jack and Jill?
Maybe.
I know he was offered the
Or
role.
was it a different
of
film?
Maybe.
I think it's amazing how Sandler has managed to con the entire system where like he'll do a film that's incredibly comfortable for everyone to be in. It's either like down the road from their house in LA or it's in like a beautiful Hawaiian setting. And then he'll just have these blatant product placements in it that pay for half of the film.
Yeah.
Like even you have to admire, he literally has an ad for fucking Dunkin' Donuts
In the
at
middle
the
of the
end
movie,
of the film
yeah.
with
Exactly.
Al Pacino. And then you get away with it by Al Pacino going like, "Oh, that was awful."
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucking know, man.
Yeah. But De Niro got
we have to admire
comfortable.
him.
Yeah, De Niro got comfortable doing shitty comedies a little bit before. You reference it in your 60-second heat that like De Niro had started like he started doing okay ones, and then but there's like Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle in the late 90s. Like there's a lot of random shit, and then the last couple
He's
of years
been doing it a long time.
yeah, now he's done
But I mean-
Dirty Grandpa, The War with Grandpa, multiple grandpa themed comedies.
Las Vegas, even.
Las Vegas,
Yeah.
which we did on the show. Yeah,
Who's his manager? It's probably dead.
probably dead. He's just all going in.
Dead.
All the good roles are going
Mark-
into an inbox
Mark
nobody's checking.
Grisham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like your criteria for things you want to be in when you're that age is probably like a lot based on logistics rather than
Yeah.
content of the script. It's like, can I
Yeah.
get there
Yeah.
in an hour?
Like both De Niro and Pacino have like weirdly young children and are kind of like in daddy mode as they're working in their 80s. But De Niro is also patron of the Tribeca Film Festival, and I think a lot of the money he earns from the slop that he's in goes straight back into the festival.
Wow.
So he's
Okay.
doing
I kind of admire that now.
it for the future of cinema. But
Doing
we
it for
wanted
the love,
to
for the love of the movies. I fucking love movies.
exactly. We wanted to test your knowledge of some of Al and Bob's roles. And we have a little quiz for you
Okay.
where we're going to give you a character that one of these two men has played and the year of the movie. And we're going to see if you can name the movie and which of the two actors it was. So,
Okay.
in 1975, who played Sonny?
A bit sunny.
Sonny. 1975.
Sunny. So the James Caan.
No. All the answers are either Pacino or De Niro. I should have
Oh
made
right,
that clear.
sorry.
I'll give you a clue. It's another film where the protagonist is a criminal, but the audience is still rooting for him the whole time.
This is. I'm fucking like feel so stupid. Like I want to say The Godfather
No.
or no Mean Streets. Mean Streets. He plays what the fuck's his character? Johnny Boy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you the
De
answer.
Niro.
This one is Dog Day Afternoon,
Oh shit! Yeah.
which is an interesting kind of like prototype of the like bank robber as hero thing that he kind of builds upon.
Yeah.
It's a very different movie,
Yeah, God, who's the other guy who's in it?
but
Who plays-
John Cazale.
John Cazale, yeah.
He was in like fucking 4 films and they all
Yeah.
won like Academy Awards. It's insane.
He's in 5 movies.
I'm smart.
He's in Godfather, Godfather 2, The Conversation,
Conversation,
Deer
and
Hunter,
Dog Day.
and Dog Day.
Oh, and Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was going to be the next question in the quiz. We'll skip Deer Hunter. In 1997, who played Louis Gara? 97.
Fuck.
This is like
Louis Gara.
underrated
Supporting performance.
performance,
Yeah.
but maybe
I mean, I've got 50% chances of any of these questions.
you do.
I'm going to go with De Niro.
This is De Niro in Jackie Brown.
Oh, Lewis.
Am I fucking up the pronunciations here?
You might
Lewis?
be.
Yeah, maybe I am.
I would have
I'll
said
let you-
Louis as
Let
well.
you do the next one. I think Jackie Brown.
I remember because she keeps going like Lewis.
Yes.
Lewis.
I think that's one
Then
of
he
De
shoots
Niro's best performances. He's unbelievable in that.
He's brilliant in it, yeah. He
And
does so little bit. I remember it at the time, you're like, God, he's like underused. But it's just a nice, quiet. It's very like I think who he probably is in reality.
Yeah. Next one. In 2003, who played Roy Cohn? Recently played by Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice.
Roy Cohn. I'd have to be Pacino, wouldn't it?
That is Pacino in Angels in America, which is
Never seen it.
It's a 5-episode HBO series directed by Mike Nichols,
Okay.
and Pacino is incredible in it as like an old, curmudgeonly, homophobic, self-hating Roy Cohn who finds out he has AIDS and has to like reassess his entire way of living. Great performance. I have one in
Does
here.
he become less homophobic?
He meets some angels. There's a lot of
Does he double down?
angels in America. I can't really remember. I think Roy Cohn generally did double down on
Okay.
everything. There's one in here that's too difficult. I won't quiz you on it, but it's a film I saw recently for the first time that I adored, which is De Niro in Brian De Palma's Hi Mom, which is an incredible film.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it's like this
Heard about it a lot.
yeah, weird like 1970s like black revolutionary thing going on, and De Niro's like living across the street from this like like revolutionary theater group, and he's like it's a film that we would refer to as binoculars cinema, which is about a creepy man who looks out his window at people. And
That's a lot of Brian De Palma stuff. Like
a lot of Brian De Palma. I've gotten big into De Palma
Yeah.
this year, and obviously De Niro works with him again in Untouchables and several other things. But Hi Mom, for anyone who wants to see a weird early De Niro performance,
check that out.
really special film. Okay, who plays Jack Burns in 2000, 2004, 2010, and in 2026? We've got a franchise here.
who plays Jack Byrne in 2004?
Burns with an S, like Mr. Burns.
Jack Byrne. Oh, it's gonna have to be fucking Meet the Fockers, isn't it?
It is.
De Niro.
As
Niro.
Peter McGahn once referred to as the Dirty Fockers movies. This is De
The
Niro.
Dirty Fockers.
And we've got Focker-in-Law coming in 2026. De Niro's,
Oh, wow.
De Niro's third Oscar incoming for that.
Have we done Grand Fockers yet? No.
No, Focker-in-Law, then Grand Fockers. They'll get up there.
They'll get up there after.
We won't quiz you on the other ones, but we had Pacino.
Step
in,
Focker.
Yeah, there you go. The next
Does
two,
not really work out.
Pacino in Ocean's 13 and De Niro in Joker were the next two I was going to quiz you on, but they're stupid and I don't want to spend time on them. Do you have any other key Pacino or De Niro underrated roles you'd like to shout out?
Underrated De Niro. I mean, I really liked him. I'd like to have funny answers, but like I really liked him in the one with Is it empty? Is it empty? This Boy's Life
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen
with
that
Leonardo
one.
DiCaprio.
Interesting.
That I saw that at a very young age. It's an amazing performance from a young DiCaprio, where he's like a troubled boy, single. It's from she shacks up with Niro, who's like fucking. I'm pissed off, kind of just toxic masculine dad figure who just DiCaprio the whole time. But I think De Niro was incredibly impressed with DiCaprio, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he mentioned him to Scorsese, and if he'd be like, "You got to fucking watch out for this kid, he's unbelievable."
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. I don't know. Do you have
Well,
any weird odd ones?
yeah, we're on the subject of DiCaprio. There are now strong rumors that they are going to make Heat 2 with DiCaprio. I'm assuming in the Hannah role, although I'm not sure what the story would be. But firstly, have you read the book? What are your thoughts on Heat 2, and would you want to see DiCaprio in the movie of Heat 2?
I mean, I do. I'm rereading the book at the moment.
Cool, okay.
Um, I really do. I think it'll make a great film.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of written almost like a script anyway. It's very sort of matter of factly, kind of like the way Cormac McCarthy writes.
Okay.
Um, and there's some vicious stuff in it as well. Like there's a gang. I suppose Wayne Grove is quite a vicious character in
Mm-hmm.
Heat. He's like a lot of the guys are like no emotion. We just rob banks. We take scores. We don't kill people unless we absolutely have to kill them. Whereas Wayne Grove is an absolute fucking psychopath and a
Mm-hmm.
rapist, you know? And he's a terrifying heavy metal monster. Um, and there's an element of that in Heat 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it kind of jumps timelines, so I'm not sure are you leaving? Would you need to cast it with four different actors?
Right,
Because it's
okay.
going like 1988, a little bit of 95, and then 2008, I think.
Okay.
Um,
So it's set before and after Macaulay's death.
it's the sort is yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think DiCaprio's brilliant. I'd watch him in Anthem.
Yeah. The sense
There
that
was talk of Timothy Chalamet, but it's too pretty.
I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. I feel like if you had Adam
No.
Driver in the Hannah role, that would work. I think there's enough
Yeah,
wireiness
yeah.
there.
Adam Driver definitely deserves it.
And I think,
There's a Sorry, go on.
no, no, go ahead.
I was going to say Midnight Run is one of my
Oh,
favorite
absolutely. Yeah. Charles
De
Grodin's
Niro,
amazing.
and I'm fucking King of Comedy.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Um, King of Comedy has like some of the funniest fucking moments
Mm-hmm.
from Scorsese movies, and I like again, I don't think it did well. It's so frustrating when a film that you found maybe on telly at night or you found in a video, and you're like, oh, this is one of the best films I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh no, Martin Scorsese almost killed himself because nobody went to see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Does Rupert Pupkin remind you of your own career as a stand-up comedian?
I've had my pumpkin moments.
We all have.
Yeah, yeah. Um, more so like doing like sort of radio or TV appearances where you like say a joke and it really doesn't land. If it happens on stage, you don't really give a shit because it's forgotten in an
Mm-hmm.
hour.
Mm-hmm.
But TV lasts an awful long time.
That's just true. And my final question is if Pacino and De Niro both, let's hope it doesn't happen, both died tomorrow, who's getting the front page of the newspaper? Which of these two guys is going to live in infamy more as like the great actor? I would say they're roughly on a par, but is there one over the other, do you think?
I'd like to see the corpses arranged in the same positions at the end of Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see De Niro kind of slumped over, Pacino
Propped up
propped
with
up
on strings. Yeah.
on strings with their both holding each other's hands. Um,
Beautiful.
I think De Niro has more mystique over him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the press gives him a little bit more. Gives him more prestige, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because he's just more mysterious.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've equally been in excellent films and they've equally been in terrible
Yeah.
films.
I think De
I
Niro
think
got
they're pretty.
Yeah,
Go on.
De Niro got a weird head start by winning Oscars for the good films early in his career, whereas Pacino had to wait to win an Oscar for a terrible film like 2 years before Heat. And I think, unfortunately, that cemented De Niro much earlier as one of the greats, whereas Pacino was kind of waiting around, like, when are you going to anoint me? And then it happened in such a silly fashion.
Yeah, that's one thing I really hate about the Oscars is they're always playing catch up.
Yeah.
They never give it to somebody when they deserve it.
Yeah.
And then like 3 or 4 years later, they're like, oh, fuck, we should have given it to him then. We'll give it to him now for Shark Tale or something, you know?
It's a miracle that De Niro won for Godfather 2. It's like a rare case of the right thing happening at the right time.
Yeah, the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm like, I don't know why, but I literally wrote 2.5 pages of notes. And I haven't
you've probably covered a lot of it, though.
We have covered one. I will say, if there's any young men listening who are finding it hard on the dating scene, and you're turning to people like Andrew Tate, awful men like that, just watch Heat and just watch the way Robert De Niro flirts in that diner with Edie. It is shocking how successful he was. So if you're a young man, get yourself a book on metals. And
I do metals metals is my job.
Ask that friend out for
rocks and minerals.
Yes, exactly.
Get a book on rocks and minerals. Wait for a woman to say hello to you, and then be incredibly rude to the point of hostile.
She'll never leave your side. Yeah. Wait outside the airport for you while you get hunted down by your nemesis. We all need a nemesis like these two guys.
And lads, get off your phones and break into an airport as well. It makes a good story 10 years later.
Yeah.
Gets you out of the house. Exactly. All right, Kevin, where can people find you these days? You're on television.
Just around. I'm around.
Traitors Uncloaked is on RTE, and The Lovely Show. Yeah. The Lovely Show is out every week with yourself.
The Lovely Show. Myself and Justine Stafford.
And do you have any dates?
That's available wherever you get your podcasts.
Have any dates for live
No,
shows?
I got nothing.
Nothing.
No, I got nothing. This is like literally my iron is nice and hot, and I'm just going to let it just cool the fuck down.
Do. As we should.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show, Kevin. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, lads.
Thanks very much.
Lovely chatting to you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks again for joining us. You can find out what Kevin has coming up by following Kevin_McGahern on Instagram, including The Lovely Show, which drops new episodes every week. You can subscribe to Boy Party. Visit boypartypod.com. You can follow us, Boy Party Pod, on Blue Sky and Instagram. You can buy tickets to Boy Party Live through our website. And you can subscribe to my other podcast, City Sickos, where we discuss movies set in Dublin and movies set in San Francisco. We have a new episode coming in about a week's time. And you can just find that by searching City Sickos on your favorite podcasting app. We'll be back next week with another great episode of Boy Party. Thank you and goodbye.